done that, that's it. That's the installation of that. You start putting, I like to start with my license plate cover and reinstall that. Now you can see why it would be a pain in the rear not to do that modification. Put that back in. Hold that in place. Take your bolts. And start the bolts. There we go. Had a little bit of problem starting the bolt. Once you get that one in place, put your other one in. Make sure you use this shorter 2 bolts for the license plate. If you use the long ones on the license plate, you won't be able to fit the shorter ones with the tail lights. Once you've tightened them, put them in, tighten them up, you can go ahead and tighten these up because they're separate. If you notice, it takes a little bit of tightening because you're going through 1/4 an inch of leather to tighten up. So it takes a couple of turns. Once it's tight, make sure you get a good snug tension on your bolt. Doing a really good job here. Okay, your license plate is installed. You get your lights. Make sure you put the wiring in the middle hole on the top. That will takes a little bit of doing, but it'll slide in with no problem at all. Okay. Once you get that in, set that right there and grab your bolts and your sleeves. Should have 4 bolts, 4 sleeves, 1 bolt with a wire holder. Make sure all 4 of your bolts have sleeves. and washers. I like to start with the bottom bolts. And make sure you put your sleeve in from the underneath side. Don't try to put the sleeve in from the top. It makes it a lot easier to put in. Okay, push in on your bolt and it will tighten up. Get it tight and don't tighten it down. Tighten it completely down. Get a second bolt. Put it in the bottom. Out. And tighten. That just finger tight. Don't try to put any wrench on it yet. Okay. The third bolt. Make sure your third bolt goes to the left side of the bike. Slide that in. Make sure you put some pressure on the back of your light. You can see why you don't want to tighten them down completely. There we go. Got it to go in. Tighten that down finger tight. The last bolt that we put in. Lost my grommet. That one has the wire holder. Make sure you put that wire holder on the right side of the bike. Slide it in, push pressure on that. Once you get all four of them bolts started, I'm going to use my wrench to tighten. I like to tighten these in an X pattern just to make sure that they get tightened snugly and evenly.